Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. It's a noticeable story. If you are solo stand and can't see other members, then this story isn't for you. You are on wrong channel. Watch the story carefully, then comment. Be respectful and don't embarrass yourself. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. Author's point of view. T was crying for losing his pendant, which was the last sign of his parents. Yunki came there and gave him the pendant, which he fixed by using different colors of 7 beads. T was so happy to see the pendant. Yungi helped him to wear his pendant. He brought him to mirror and asked what he saw in mirror. T said a fragile boy whom everyone hated. Yungi told him to see again. T said pendant with different colors of 7 beads. Yungi told him that he wasn't alone. He had 6 persons. He added pink bead for Jin, black bead for himself, red bead for Hobie, blue bead for June, yellow bead for Jimin, purple bead for Cook, and green bead for him. He even told him the significance of these colorful beads. He gave T the example of lotus and said that his birthplace didn't define his character and personality, but his work and kindness defined. He told T to choose what he wanted, and T told he wanted to make his own identity. T realized that he wasn't a sinner. T requested Yunki to sleep with him because he was so scared of thunder sound. Yungi slept with him, but Jikook saw them and felt jealous. Hobie maturely handled the matter and made them understand that they could never snatch Yungi from them. Next day, Jikook started ignoring him. Hobie told him the reason. After hearing Yungi slept with T, June and Hobie also became jealous. Yungi asked help from Jin, but he denied. Let's see what happens next. Yungi tried to talk with Jikook, but Jikook didn't show any interest. Yungi was trying to talk with them, but they completely ignored him. T was enjoying to see Yungi's desperation. Cook, Mini Hangi, I'm getting bored. Jimin, me too. There is nothing to do anything. Cook, let's go to watch movie. Jimin, your idea is good, but I don't have money. Do you? Cook, no, I used my all the pocket money in game parlor. Yungi, I have money. I will take you two for movie. Go and get ready. About to go, but stopped after got no response from Jikook. What happened now? Go and get ready. Cook, but Mini Hangi, I can't sit here like this. Jimin, I know, but what can we do? Neither have we money nor any of our Hang give us money. Yungi snapped his hand in front of their eyes. Hello, am I not seeing you? Am I invisible? Tell me which movie do you want to see? I will book the tickets. Jimin, here is so peace, Cookie. Cook, yes, Mini Hangi. Yoongi went to kitchen while shouting, Hyang, Hyang, Hyang. Jin, while preparing snacks, scream more loudly, I can't hear you. Yoongi, okay, screamed, Hyang. Jin showed him knife. Do you think I am deaf? Yoongi shook his head vigorously. Open your mouth, better I stuck it in your throat. Yoongi whispered, Yang. Jin, volume, Yoongi. Yoongi shouted, Yang. Jin walked towards him with knife and Yoongi immediately took the back step. You came here to irritate me? Yoongi shook his head vigorously. No. Jin, do you think I'm free with whom you can play? Yoongi, I don't want to play. Jin, then why did you come here? Yoongi, I will tell you, but please keep this knife away. Jin went back to kitchen counter. Say, Yoongi, Minnie and Cookie aren't responding me. They are treating me like I'm invisible. Jin, while pouring drink in glass. Because they are angry with you. I told you to coax them. Yoongi, but how would I coax them? They aren't talking with me. Jin, that's your problem, not mine. Yoongi, Hyang, it's cheating. You can't leave me alone. Jin ignored him and started walking with tray of snacks. This is for Cookie and Minnie. I will give them this. Took the tray from his hand and left. Jimin, while looking at his hand, Cookie, what do you think? Why my fist is smaller than you? Yoongi placed the tray of snacks on the table. Because you were born to be baby whole life. Jimin screamed, Jinny Hangi! Yoongi took a back step. Why are you calling him? Jimin, Jinny Hangi! Jin ran to them. Now what happened? Jimin, where are our snacks? Why haven't you given to us? We are so hungry. Yoongi pointed his finger on the tray of snacks. Then, what's this? I put it here. Cook, yes, Jinny Hangi, give us snacks. We are so hungry. Yoongi, see Hyang, they aren't answering me. Jin picked the tray and offered them again. Your snacks, chocolate milkshake for both of you, and looked at tea. This is strawberry milkshake for tea. Have some cookies too. Jimin took the chocolate milkshake. Thank you, Jinny Hangi. Jin patted his head. Eat well. Left. Yoongi angrily looked at Jikook, who were happily drinking the chocolate milkshake. When I put the tray, then you didn't see. But when Hyang gave you, you immediately started drinking. What's this behavior? I'm watching you since the morning. Cook, Minnie Hangi, let's go to theater room and play video game. Jimin, let's go. Last week Hobie Hangi brought the new game. We still haven't checked. Stood up. Yoongi, hey, where are you going? Answer me. You can't go like this. He was sitting on the floor and arranging the puzzle pieces while giggling hard to see Yoongi's situation. He was enjoying this teasing. Yoongi angrily went to him. Yoongi angrily looked at T. Aren't you enjoying so much? T looked at him and tried to control his laugh. No? Shook his head vigorously. Yoongi scattered the puzzle pieces and threw in living room. Now laugh more. Nothing, just a cat behavior. T. This puzzle piece for Minnie's and Cookie made it half. Yoongi, eyes widened. What? Looked at Jikook, who were looking at him with fuming eyes. I will again make it. Knelt down on the floor and started arranging the pieces. See, Jimin, Cookie, let's go. Now we will play World War 3 game. Cook, yes, Mini Hangi, let's go. I want to play boxing match. Left. Jungi gulped hard. Mini, Cookie, don't be mad. Listen to me. T, they already left. Jungi angrily looked at T. I can see. You don't need to tell me. It's all happened because of you. T. Wait, what did I do? I didn't even say anything. Jungi, don't try to act innocent. Neither would you have insisted on sleeping with me, nor would both of them have been angry with me. T grabbed his beaded pendant. You can't blame Kim Taeyang for your own mistake. They are mad because you never spent time with them. You only scolded them. Don't bring me between your matter. I didn't do anything. You scattered the puzzle pieces. See, there is not a single mistake of mine. Hyungi looked at T. This boy whose mouth didn't open in front of me now started blaming me, started showing me their eyes, and now he also started doing the same, mumbled. T looked at Hyungi with suspicious eyes. What did you say, Hyungi, while searching the puzzle pieces. Nothing, you just drink your strawberry milkshake. Hyungi started searching the puzzle pieces and T was looking at him while enjoying his strawberry milkshake. Soon, Hobie and June entered in the house and found Hyungi searching something on the floor. Hobie, what's happening here? What are you doing on the floor? Hyungi, still looking at puzzle pieces. It's none of your business. Go and do your work. June picked the puzzle piece under the couch. Hang, are you searching a puzzle piece? Hyungi, without looking at him. But you don't dare to touch it. You just need a reason to break the things. June, but I only want to. T. June Hang, have you forgiven, sir? Aren't you angry anymore? Asked innocently while sipping his strawberry milkshake. June, oh yeah, I'm angry. Thanks, T. Place the puzzle piece under the couch. I shouldn't help him. Hyungi turned around. Help? Did you find the puzzle piece? Hobie kicked the puzzle piece deep inside. Yes, he found, but I kicked under the couch. Hyungi, have you lost your mind? When you found the puzzle piece, then why did you give me? Hobie, because it was none of our business. Let's go, June. We are angry. June, yes. Left. Hyungi, hey, come here and help me to find puzzle pieces. Angrily turned to T, who immediately pulled the innocent face. When he already forgot that he was mad at me, then what the need to remind him? T, I promised that I will never hide anything. I only reminded Jun Hyang about his anger. Jin Hyang said helping others is good thing. Jungi in mind, I wish I can throw him out of the house. Again he started searching the puzzle piece. Time skipped after the dinner. Everyone went to their room for sleeping. Jacob was still ignoring Jungi. Instead of helping him, Hobie and June were sulking too. Jungi was in his room and walking back and forth like a parrot. T slowly peeked inside the room and came inside. Jungi didn't notice him. He was in his own world. T was looking at Jungi while sitting on the bed and waiting for him to stop walking. But when he didn't stop, T broke the silence. T while cupping his face. Why are you walking like parrot? Yungi, still walking. My room, my legs, my body. Why are you worried for me? T. I'm not worried, I'm just asking normally. Yungi stopped and looked at him. Wait a minute, what are you doing here? When did you come inside? T. When you are walking like parrot. Now tell me what happened. Yungi, everything happened because of you, and now you are asking innocently what happened. T. Oh, so you are still thinking how to coax Minnie and Cookie? Yungi sat beside him. T. But that's not at all issue. Go to them and express whatever is in your heart. Simple. Yungi, it's not simple. I can fight 30-40 people alone, but can't express my thought in front of anyone. It's so difficult for me. T. Why? Yungi, don't know. T. By the way, I have an idea. By that, you can easily coax Minnie and Cookie. Yungi looked at him. Then why are you wasting time in talking rubbish? T. You didn't ask. You need my help. How would I tell you? Yungi, I don't need anyone's help, especially yours. T. Okay, then I'm going. Good night. Walk towards the door. Yungi, by the way, what's the idea? T. Looked at him. First say you need my help. Yungi, fine, I need your help. T. Happily walked to him like a happy bear. Why don't you do something for Minnie and Cookie? By that you won't say anything, but your feelings reach at them. Yungi, what can I do for them? Should I make bead bracelet for them? T. You already fixed my pendant with beads. If you do the same thing for Minnie and Cookie, then they won't feel special. Yungi, that's true. What should I do? Should I throw the party for them? T. Anyone can do that. There is nothing special. Why don't you cook for them? Yungi, idea is good, but I don't think there is anything which Yang hasn't prepared yet. In front of his chef level cooking, my cooking skill is nothing. T. That's not true. Your cooking skill is good too. If you cook something special which they haven't eaten yet, then they can easily forgive you. After all, they are big foodie. Yungi thinks hard. Something special which they haven't eaten. Stood up. I got it. T excitedly stood up too. What? Yungi didn't say anything and came to a room and entered by unlocking the door. He went inside the walk-in closet where everywhere were trunks in every size. T followed Yungi and got shocked to see these many trunks. T amazed. What's this? Yungi, while shifting the small trunks. These are trunks. T. Trunks? What's this? Yungi, in old time when wardrobes and trolley bags weren't common, people used to keep their things in these trunks. These all are my mom's trunks. Does the trunk my mom's belonging in it? She used to keep everything in it. Opened the trunk. She loves to write recipe book. Started searching it. T. Wow, it's so big. I can easily fit in it. Yungi, while searching, in childhood when mom was cleaning the trunk, Minnie slept in it and we all were searching him in whole house. T smiled. Really? It's not Minnie's fault. This trunk is looking so comfortable for sleeping. started looking at the items and found different color of wools. Yungi, here it is. I'm sure I will get the recipe which Yang hasn't prepared yet. Looked at T. What are you searching in it? T showed him wools. See what I found? Yungi took the wools in his hands. Mom brought these to make sweater for Cookie, but Joan and Hobie started playing baseball with them and Mom hid it, searched and found crossed hooks and got the idea. Let's go, I got the best idea. T. What? Tell me too. Tell me whose house has a trunk? In my house, there is a big trunk of my mom's marriage. Yungi came to his room and T followed him like a confused bear. He sat beside Yungi, who was doing something with crossed hook and wools. T. What are you doing? Yungi, making a scarf for Minnie and Cookie. T. You know how to use crossed hook? Yungi. Mom loves to make handmade things, so me and Hyang used to see her and learned. Minnie and Cookie were very weak. They easily got cold. Mom wasn't there to make sweater for them, so me and Hyang used to make it for them. What happened? Why aren't you talking? Turned around and found T stuck in between wools. What the hell are you doing? Why did you tangle it? T innocently. I want to help you. I thought if I free the wool, then it will be easy for you. Yungi started rounding the wool and freed T. No need to do anything. Go to your room and sleep. T. No, I won't do anything. Please let me stay here. Yungi again started making a staff. Yungi again started making scarves for Jacob and T was trying to copy Yungi but couldn't do because Yungi was knitting so fast. Yungi saw him and thought too. He was also making something. T was having so much fun in learning something new and that too with Yungi. T slept in middle and Yungi made him sleep on the bed. He stayed up whole night. Time skipped at next day. Yungi tried to talk with Jacob, but they were still ignoring him. In the evening, when everyone was in the house and Jacob returned from their basketball match, they went to their rooms for freshen up. They found a bag on the side table. They picked it and found there was a letter. Jimena started reading the note. Jimena, you are the biggest troublemaker of our house, but always hide behind your cute and innocent face. Everyone easily forgive you. Did I ever say you that we picked you from poultry farm? You were pouting beside the duck. By pouting, nothing will change. You are still a little chick. You are the most understanding person of our family. You never win for anything, never demand, happily accept the changes. You never ask anything, but you also deserve the love and happiness like others. Today, I want to tell you that you are most important member of our family. Without you, this family can't run. You are the special and cutest member. Your eye smile is the best. No one can take your place. You are irreplaceable. Whether I say it or not, but you are very special for me. We can't even think to give your place to anyone else. Yang loves you, Jimena. I made something for you. Don't be mad. If your pout become big, then you will fall on the ground on your face. Now come to hang by your small tiny baby feet. Jimin wiped his happy tear. I'm not chick, but you are a cat for sure. Happily opened the bag and found a crochet scarf. Wow, crochet scarf! Immediately wore it. It's so beautiful. It has pom pom too. Press the pom pom. Cookie, the most energetic and competitive member of our family. You are our little bunny who always jump here and there in the house. I don't know how to express myself. I am too bad in showing emotions. I can't express like Hobie and Hyang, but it doesn't mean I don't love you. Hyang loves his little bunny, whether Hyang says or not. Never doubt on Hyang. Your place is safe. You don't need to be jealous of Hyang. He can never take your place. You are my one and only bunny. I made something for you. Check it and come downstairs. I can fight with whole world. I can bear anything, but can't your silence and ignorance. You are looking good by jumping and shouting. Never be quiet. Hyang is waiting for you. Come fast and show me your bunny smile. Cook happily smiled. I knew it. Yungi Hangi loves me the most. He can never give my place to Ti Hang. Opened the bag and took out the white and purple crochet scarf. Wow, it's so beautiful. Immediately wore it. Both Ji Cook happily came to downstairs and jumped on Yungi, who was nervously walking in the living room. Yungi couldn't balance and fell on the floor along with Jikook. Yungi, leave me! What are you doing? Jimin, I'm not chick, but you are a cat for sure. Cook, but I am a bunny. Yungi, are you two planning to break my bones? Jimin, thank you for this crochet scarf. I loved it so much. Cook, me too. It's so soft. I will show this to my all the friends. Yungi, so am I forgiven? Jikook hugged him tightly. Yes. Yungi, good. Now leave me. T happily showed Jikook across a butterfly keychain. See, I also made it. How's it? Jimin, wow, it's so good. You know knitting? T shook his head vigorously. No, Sid taught me yesterday when he was knitting for you and Cookie. June, and where is my gift? Yungi, stop behaving like a kid. You are a mafia. June, but I am your matinee first. Yungi, shut up. June, that's not fair. Hobie, I want a handmade gift too. Yungi, I gave Hyang mom's recipe book. He already made the food for us. Isn't this enough for both of you? Now stop sulking like a kid and behave like a mafia. Remove these two disturbing elements from me and help me to get up. June jumped on him. Why not? Hobie jumped on them too. Don't worry, we will help you properly. Yungi screamed, Hajima! Jin joined them too and pulled T to join. Poor cat was screaming, but none of them were listening him. They were enjoying excusing Yungi. They all happily had their dinner, which had the taste of their mom's hand. Yungi stopped everyone and put the papers on the center table and announced something. Yungi, I made a decision for T that he is going to. T, terrified, no, I won't go there. Yoongi, you will definitely go. T grabbed Yungi's hand. Please don't send me there. I'm ready to do anything. I won't come near you. I will stay at the corner. I won't talk with anyone. Please let me stay here. June worried. Yeah, I think it's too early. He can't stay. Cut off. Yungi, no. Jin worried too. Yungi, listen to us. T isn't. Cut off. Yungi, no, none of you can change the decision. I turn little soft, but I'm still Yungi. He is going, and that's final. There is no room for arguments. I won't listen to anyone. Left. Now, what's this new bomb Yungi blast? Where does he want to send T? Hearing T got terrified and others worried. To be continued. Arthur's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. How was Yoongi's frustrated side? T supported Yoongi a lot in coaxing Jikook, didn't he? How was Yoongi's surprise for Jikook and others? Did you like it? I thought a lot before writing it. Yoongi only looks cruel and merciless, but from inside he is so soft. He couldn't bear his brother's ignorance and he stayed up whole night and made the crochet scarves for them. If he wanted, he could scold them too, but he chose to coax them and show his love. Do you want to see Yungi's real side in next episode? By the way, what do you think? Where does Yoongi want to send T, which terrified T and others worried? Suddenly, why does he want to send T away? We will meet soon with next part. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.